everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Beast Wars Wolfang. Yes, it's part of the vintage reissue line. We'll put him off to the side real quick because we'll look at this box, which yes is similar to the original box, although it's got a square bubble instead of a round bubble. Yeah, you can see the Beast Wars eye back there. You can see Wolfang, Maximal, Deluxe, and all that stuff. And hey, look, it changes in with blasting crossbow launcher. And Wolf becomes an infantry robot and all that stuff. You got up here, you got some artwork of him being all savage and Beast Wars-y, and there's the Beast Wars logo and all that stuff. And all on the bottom, you got, well, copyrights and all that stuff. And there's nothing on the sides. And on the back, of course, you have the instructions, which are pretty simple because it's an old Beast Wars Deluxe. And you have the warnings and copyrights again. And then, of course, the tech specs and all that stuff, which... Yep, swift and agile, Wolfang prefers to hunt cloaked as an animal, quickly converts into robot mode for battle when he can best utilize the secret attack launcher disguised as his tail. Also, yeah, specs. You can see those. So, yeah. That's Wolfang. Straightforward enough. Down. Yep. Wolfang here, he is, well, a wolf. As you can see, he's gray and you get bits of blue from the robot mode peeking out. And yeah, he's a pretty decent little figure. You can see some green eyes there. Of course, because well, it's an old Beast Wars, so you can see the fur, detailing and all around him, whatnot. Unpainted teeth, unfortunately. But yeah, he's got a little painted nose. And his arm just popped off. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah, there we go. You can also see, yeah, robot bits underneath and all that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of interesting transformation. Yeah, he really doesn't do much in this mode. Again, it's one of those things where it's Beast Wars, and well, quite frankly, his head can't really move, his front legs can't really move, and his hind legs can move. You got a ball joint there, and got a bit of movement there, and got a hinge there, and that's pretty much your lot. What you see is what you get. Just kind of end discussion on that one. For the sake of it, here he is with Cheetor, and that's the only alt mode thing comparison I'm really gonna do because, well, yeah, Deluxe is gonna be smaller than an Ultra, right? So, yeah. Anyway, transformation is pretty simple. So first thing you want to do is go ahead and unpeg the arms here, like that, or like legs, I guess. You want to unpeg these from there. Go ahead and unpeg that and that, like that. Then you can, well, right here you want to go ahead and take the back of the entire back off. Take the gun out, like that. Then go ahead and split the wolf head down the middle, like that. And then bring them out and rotate them around like this. Bring it out and rotate it around. You then bring the arms back like that and bring them down. Bring the arms back and down. Then down here, you want to go ahead and bring those out and then collapse that in. And then down here, I want to bring these out and then bring the wolf legs down like that and bring the heel out like that. Same thing on this side. Those are going to fall out probably. Straighten out the leg, bring this down, bring the foot up against that, and all that. And there you go. There's Wolfang in his robot mode. And yeah, I'll be honest, actually, fun fact was, I remember I saw a product catalog for Beast Wars when I was a kid, and I always wanted Wolfang. I always thought he looked cool, in general. Because there's him and K9, and K9 is coming as well, apparently, in the vintage, because that makes sense. I mean, if you already got this guy, might as well do the remold too, right? And yeah, I just liked him. Between the two of them, I liked Wolfang better because of the colors, although apparently a lot of people say the K9 versions are better because they'd made some adjustments. But, yeah, I do actually genuinely like this guy in general. You can see a lot of blue showing up here, and you got this really cool like black detailing here and like this weird like ridged collarbone thing. You know, silver face, the green eyes, and all Also, the mask can come down, and now it's a black. You know, it's kind of almost a bat helmet, bat thing. So he's like Batman now. But yeah, there's that. If you do want to do either of those, yeah, pretty much just wolf stuff. And you got some detailing here, like I guess right there and all that stuff. You got some detailing back here. Yeah, the wolf head, shoulders. Kibble's a little weird just because you can see it kind of is a little blocky. And it's got the missile storage too, which you saw, but yeah, it's supposed to just store back here like this. Fortunately, this top one, they're both kind of loose. The top one more so. The bottom one sometimes will stick in, but yeah, it's just as far as I can tell, they're just kind of generally loose. Particularly top one again. I think they're supposed to back here clip in a bit, but they don't really. At least the top one again doesn't really clip. The bottom one will, the top one will not, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so you got that. It's kind of weird because, you know, you got this sticking out now, but, you know, it still works overall. Still mostly works. He's got the gun, which, you know, can just, another thing, yeah, there's that little handle right there, which forgot to swivel in, but yeah, that's supposed to collapse in and pull it out. And then you can peg that in. Of course, because it's on a hinge, though, sometimes it doesn't like to peg in. That you got this thing, which the cool thing here is you can rotate this square piece around, like so, and then there's this handle here, and now it's a shield because there's nice silver paint on this side. And you can use that as a shield. Again, this pig's in real secure, so now he's got a gun and a shield, and there you go. It's pretty neat. And of course, you can take the missiles here and, you know, load them up, all that stuff, and they're keyed specific way. Got to pay attention. On mine also, on top of that, there's some extra plastic on the gun I had to actually shave off inside the barrel because I wouldn't fire. But, you know, there's a button here. It's weak firing, but it fires. It's kind of weak, probably because of safety concerns. And also, again, I don't know how you can see that, but the gun barrel is a bit dodgy looking. So yeah, it probably doesn't help things for the firing mechanism. Yeah, it's just really weak, which kind of stinks. But anyway, articulation. Head is actually on a ball joint, so you actually got left and right and up and down and a bit of wiggle there too. The shoulders are on ball joints and stocks and everything, so you can get those a little bit out of your way as you need to. The shoulders are on ball joints, and this forward, you actually got a butterfly joint, I think it's transformation. Although the shoulder can all the way around, although the shoulder pads get in the way. You got a bicep swivel, although I've noticed it sometimes wants to just, yeah, here you go. Bicep swivel. These on ball joints, you can get them out of the way, although sometimes they'll pop off really easily. There's hinges right here, and if we can get the shield off real quick. And hinge, you know, because again, you got a whole full curl. Also knows these hinges tend to pop out really easily in both arms, so that kind of stinks. No waist swivel because of the sliding mechanism for the transformation. So there's no waist swivel, unfortunately. Hips can go forward about that far, back that far, outward. You got that far, and these get out of the way. There's no real thigh swivel except for a little bit on the ball joint. You got knees, which really deep bend actually. And also you can bend forward a lot too, thanks to the transformation. Unfortunately, nothing at the feet, and except for the heel and toe can kind of do that. Although then you're separating, makes it look weird. One thing I do like, I want to mention, speaking of, I actually kind of like how this little dog almost looks like an exosuit for a dog leg thing going on, which I just think is kind of cool looking. Yeah. Generally, you know, it's weird. You know, I really always wanted this toy as a kid, and now that I have it as an adult, it's kind of like, yeah, it's pretty neat. It doesn't disappoint me, but like, it's whelming. It satisfies, I guess. Kid me probably would have loved it, but yeah, it's like as an adult, it's like it's pretty cool, but like, you know, I don't know. It's hard to explain, really. Yeah, real quick though, just a few comparisons again with another Beast Wars Deluxe. Here he is with Cheetor. And here he is with Optimus Primal. So yeah. Worth picking up? Yeah, probably, sure. I genuinely like this guy. He's got a pretty, somewhat interesting transformation. The wolf mode is pretty static, though. He's got a pretty good articulation for the most part. The only thing is some of his hinges and ball joints like to pop off really easily. So that kind of stinks. But he's got an interesting transformation. The gimmick kind of at least works somewhat. And speaking as someone who wanted it as a kid and never got it until now as an adult, I think it's sufficiently satisfying for me, so I don't know. I think it's pretty great, but yeah, again, it's the whole thing, like, if you're not into the vintage Beast Wars guys, then this guy might not do it for you, and so on and so forth. I don't know, but he's still pretty great, and the only thing is he is the same cost as a Modern Deluxe of $25, and possibly going to go on clearance real fast, because it seems that's what happens with all the Beast Wars stuff that pops up at Walmart, so, might be able to get it cheaper, but if you just really want a Beast Wars collection, there's this guy, but there's also, of course, K9, who may or may not be up your alley, but functions in the same mold. I'm not going to get that one because I have this one now. So I'm also not going to be reviewing Retrax or Iguanas because I have the originals, so I'm not going to buy them. So, yeah. I like him. So that's it for this one. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1, and check out my coffee and my Patreon. Ash to see you next time with another video review.